What is going on? Justin here from Bonafide Kayaks, and today I've got the brand new P127 in camo. Today I'm going to be going over all of its features, starting off from the bow and going all the way to the stern. So starting off at the bow, we have the oversized grip handles. This handle is also included on the SS127. It's got the non-slip grip on the underside, which will make it easier to carry in tandem or to use the new Sidekick wheel system for the P127. Overall, just makes it easier to carry. Moving on back just a little bit, we've got the recessed area for the bow mounted power pole. This is something new that we're trying out. Everybody is familiar with the stern mounted power pole, but if you're ever in a situation where you're fighting current or wind and you want to be facing upward and casting upward either into the wind or casting away from the current, this is a ideal situation. Having that power pole up there makes a whole lot more sense. If you're fishing in this manner, makes a better presentation to the fish. If you are not using a power pole, you can also drill in to that 3/4 inch thick starboard up there. You can drill, and you can put any kind of gear track from Yak Attack up there, and then you can add whatever accessories you want. For me, I'm probably gonna attach maybe a Mighty Mount or some sort of smaller track, and then I'll go ahead and either mount a GoPro mount from Yak Attack, some sort of camera mount, or maybe even a bullwinkle to hold and stage rods up front. But literally, it's whatever you can think up to mount up there. Coming down even further, we've got something that's new to Bonafide. These are the rod tip covers on either side. You'll notice there's an open flange. That open flange will help you stage those rods better if you're fishing off to the side and want to quickly stow these away. You can come up from the outside and work in pretty easily. You've also, in conjunction with the rod tip covers, we've got what we're calling quick draw rod stagers on either side of the seat. This will hold the butt of your rod, let it lay nice and neat, and get it out of the way of the paddler. But I'll get to those in a second. Okay, so moving just a little bit more back, we've got the bow storage hatch up front. Nice ergonomic, sleek design on that hatch. We've also got the double header hinges, which are also included on the SS127. Great design there. No need to improve on those. You can open up this hatch whether you're sitting down in the seat in the kayak. You can open it from the vantage point of the paddler, or if you're on shore, you can open it from that other side, or you can take it off completely to clean it, whatever you need there. Going inside of the hatch, open up this bad boy. Since this is a premium product, being a $3,100 kayak, we felt it was necessary to go ahead and include that drop down bucket on the inside. You'll notice it has a couple of compartments. You can drop down, batteries for your fish finder, whatever in there, a little bit of dry storage if you need it, but that drop down bucket is included. Coming on back, you've got a through-hole scupper. This through-hole scupper is for the transducer on your fish finder. All right, so you have a recessed area on the bottom of this kayak that will hold a transducer, and you can wire everything, through that scupper. And then also we included a recessed little track right here that goes over the lip of the bow hatch. That way you can put all your wires directly into the hatch itself, as well as your battery. And then moving on back just a little bit more, we have the Made in USA sticker. We also have these Bonafide branded pull tabs for the 701 pedal drive. The 701 series drive is a proven drive. It is on its 7th edition, anodized aluminum, 10-to-1 gear ratio. Really a perfect drive for this boat. So you have those pull tabs here. Coming back just a little bit more, we've got some 16-inch gear track on either side. So you have a lot of real estate up here to work. You've got your pod cover, all right, for the drive. You've got a little compartment for some soft plastics or hooks or whatever. You've got a little cup holder here as well. And then on the deck itself, we have included some non-slip deck traction. This is a very standable platform. You're gonna wanna stand in this boat, so we included some deck traction on there. Staying on the deck, We've got scupper plugs, which is something new that we have not included in previous models, but you will get a set of 8 scupper plugs, so a scupper plug for each hole. And then moving on back towards the seat, this is the XL width seat. This is our widest seat to date. All right, we've got the same fabric, the Sunbrella fabric on either side right here, same as the SS127 and other models. And then we also included that super dry 3D mesh on the inside of this fabric. All right, it wicks away water, does not hold any water. It'll be super dry while you're paddling. Very nice 3D mesh material. And then as I mentioned before, you have those quick draw rod stagers on either side. It also has a little bungee to go ahead and lock down that rod so it's not falling over on either side. To the left of the seat, what's not visible, you have your turning handle for your new rudder system. So that works really well. This is a brand new rudder system. This is the spring blade rudder kit, something that has never been on the market. A little bit different in design. I'll get to that in a second. Staying right next to the seat, we do have some grab handles just in case you need those. You do have a paddle park on the right-hand side. You do not have a paddle park on the left-hand side because you have that steering mechanism there. Coming back just a little bit further, you have some recessed gear storage on either side of the seat. This can either hold, say, the bait caster while your rod is laying down on that quick draw stager. It can hold that bait caster or spinning reel, or if you don't have a rod laying down on each side, then you can use it for gear storage, whatever you want there. Right behind the seat, we have 2 gear tracks. All right, these gear tracks were designed specifically for the Sidekick wheel system. In the past, we've used screw bosses for our tracks, which is plenty strong for mounting, accessories, holding different rod holders, stuff like that. But for this, we wanted to reinforce it, so we added molded in inserts versus those screw bosses. Okay, so if a customer gets this Sidekick wheel system, they will need to mount it, all right, to this specific track. This track is located right beside that molded in rod holder behind the seat. I would recommend mounting this directly center of the track. Moving back just a little bit more, we've got some more gear track real estate back here. On top of that gear track, you'll notice we have a paddle holder, a little paddle taco on either side. This will be very useful. I know this is a pedal drive kayak. You're not going to want to paddle it much, but just in case you need it for whatever reason, that pedal drive goes out, whatever, it sinks to the bottom of the lake. You do have a paddle back here, nice and stowed and out of the way. Just break your paddle, you can stow it on either side, just like so. And since this is on top of the track, we didn't want for the customer to lose any real estate on that track, so we included a Yak Attack Mighty mount. So you can mount anything you want there. I'll probably be mounting maybe a rod holder there on either side to go in conjunction with my black pack. Speaking of black pack, if you look at the rear tank well, there's some recessed feet areas on either side. This will be to hold the feet of the black pack. I also have those Omni hooks here, all right, same as the SS127. This will lock down that black pack and it will not go anywhere. Okay, so really similar configuration on the stern right here as the SS127, but you do have 2 molded in rod holders. That was something that was not included on the 127, something that we wanted to add here, just so we can have included rod holders right out the door. Coming back just a little bit more, we have the access plate that will give you internal access to the entire stern, whether you want to offset mount a power pole or some type of anchor system, whatever. If you don't want to get that in the way of the Torqeedo and you want to offset it, then you have that internal capability right here. One of the most important features coming all the way back, we have the new spring blade rudder system. Everybody by now should be familiar with the hull of the Bonafide kayak line. We incorporate a hybrid catamaran hull to all of our boats. When coming up with a pedal drive, we wanted it to be stable, we wanted it to track very well, but we also wanted it to have good maneuverability. Okay, so when you have that hybrid catamaran hull, it's a little bit harder to turn. So we have this drop down rudder system here in the back to help combat that, okay? So whenever you're on the water, you'll just use this little mechanism on the right-hand side of the paddler, and then you'll put the rudder in the deployed position, and then that rudder sits about 12 inches below the back of the hull. It is not lower than the pedal drive, so whatever depth you can go with the pedal drive, you can also go with the rudder. Okay, so deploy that rudder whenever you're on the water for increased tracking, ultimate tracking, one of the best tracking kayaks on the market. All right, you can go straight line, dead in the wind, whatever, and then that will also help improve that turning radius, since we do have the most stable kayak in the market with the hybrid catamaran hull. And then lastly, I'll go ahead and talk about, we do have the oversized grip handle, all right, in the back as well. And then we also have a stern power pole mount or torpedo mount, something that, you know, we feel very strongly about. You know, just as much as the pedal drive, we also want a boat that is easily motorized. We wanted to make it as easy as possible in a good performing kayak, whether you're pedaling, paddling, or if you've got power. This is the P127. Like I mentioned before, this was $3,100 out the door. Premium boat right here. This will be a hot seller here in 2022. This was just a quick overview. Appreciate y'all watching. This was Justin from Bonafide. Look out for more videos in the future.